Welcome, everyone. My name is Susan Allan, and I am so thrilled to have you with us today for this really important sales training with Marci Preble, who has already developed an 8,000 person downline in Lifewave, and it is growing by hundreds even as we speak. Marci is the most successful Lifewave distributor. It is a privilege and an honor to know her, to be in her downline, and to get the kind of extraordinary support that I can tell you quite honestly, very, very few people get in any area of life. And when you're in Marci's downline, as we are fortunate enough to be, and I am fortunate enough to be, it makes everything so simple. And I am Susan Allan. I have been offering sales trainings for 40 plus years, and I've done a lot of business with a lot of salespeople and trained them. So when I tell you that listen to Marci, what Marci does works, do it the way she does it. It is so valuable. It's so easy. It's so simple because she's giving you the whole system right now. And then after Marci has explained her 3-2-1 system, I am going to give you just a hint, just a taste of my Facebook funnel friend program, which if you know sales, you know it's all about a sales funnel. But the one that I've developed with Facebook friends is a pleasure and is already very successful for me in Lifewave. So Marci, take it away, please.
Wow, Susan, thank you so much for having me today for our training with the Lifewave and Start and X39 stem cell activation patch. So, we've been doing this business for about 14 months now. And what I'm going to train on today is what I do every single day to move my business. And I train people to do the same. And so know what you're learning today is what we do every single day. And I'm going to start with, we utilize 3 sites, and I'll explain more about those sites and show those to you in a moment. But the first site, if you'd like to get a piece of paper and a pen out, that we use to expose people with is called our exposing site, and that is startx39.com. And it tells you everything you need to know about our stem cell activation patch. We also have a business site, and that's called startx39biz, biz.com. And that's the backbone we created. So you could move the business of our X39 stem cell activation patch. And lastly, we use Telegram to communicate with one another. And that is where we house all of our testimonials as we do X39 reviews and testimonials 7 days a week. They're only 30 minutes, and we house all of those recordings in this location. So if you want to share something, let's say a friend of yours may have a problem with their lower back, or they want to know more about what's going on for the skin, you can literally just grab a 30-minute X39 review and testimonial and send it to your friend. So let's go ahead and show you how these sites work. I'm going to go ahead and share screen, our very first site. And there are different tabs on this site. So you can pull this up on your phone, and with a click of your finger, you can grab anything that you need. Now we're going to talk about right now the system. And so let's go ahead and open up the system. And what is the system? Well, the system is what we do every day to move this business. And it is called the 3-3-1, ask, share, give. We patch 3 people a day. We follow up with 3 people a day. And we invite 1 person to Zoom a day. And when we patch 3 people a day, we do that by ask, share, and give. So what does that exactly mean? Well, to patch 3 people a day, and Susan, you explained this so well the other day to me, you either mail a patch out to people, a gift, or you can actually belly to belly as you're in your everyday life, have them with you. And I have them with me every day. I have a cute little black bag, and I have my patches here with me all the time, so I can actually patch someone on the go. And I have these wonderful envelopes right here, so I can always give a gift or mail a gift. So that's how you patch 3 a day. And so the first thing we always do is we ask a question. And some questions that we ask are things like, Susan, what do you know about stem cells? I will tell you, everybody has an idea about stem cells. They'll either say, oh my gosh, my friend's got an injection and it worked, but it's $10,000. Or what is it? Is that like your own stem cells, or is it from, placenta? There's always people that want to talk about this because everybody knows that it is part of healing, right? Another great question we'll ask is just, what's going on with you? Susan, what's going on with you? And she'll explain what's happening to herself, her body, her finances, whatever. People want to be heard. And from there, then I'll say, well, what do you know about stem cells, right? So it all works together. Or, Susan, what's going on with you? And she may tell me what's going on, and I'll say, well, what if I could show you a way to activate your own stem cells for less than a cup of coffee a day? Because most people think stem cells and healing from them are way too expensive. But when they find out for $100 a month, you can activate your own, it's pretty amazing. And so these are just a quick ask question. Then we go into a share. What do we share? We share a testimonial. It's just a quick sentence or two about what's really happened to you. And then we share a link. And the link could be from our exposing site, startx39.com. That's a link. Or you can go to our business site at startx39biz.com under the tab, share a link. Maybe you just want to share something really short, like a 30-second link. There are links in a lot of places, and you get to decide for your person what the best link is for them. So as an example, it might be something like this. Susan, what's going on with you these days? And she may say, oh my gosh, I've had the worst lower back pain. And I might say, oh my gosh, I found stem cells a year ago, and the energy I have is insane. And all my PTSD went away from thinking I was going to get cancer again from breast cancer, and I'm feeling great again. Let me send you something to look at, and you let me know if you would like to try a gift of them. And that's it. And then I would text her, startx39.com, the link. Well, then what would happen? Well, then we move into the gift. Who doesn't want a gift? That's why this business has boomed. Onyx Cole, who enrolled me, basically said to me 14 months ago, Marci, this is a gifting business. And because we're a gifting business, there is no pressure. There is no push. We just gift and let the patch do the work. And you know, Susan, because in 2 days it did the work for you. The gifting business is a model that is really successful. So what's the gift look like? Well, I always like to pre-qualify. So once Susan looks at startx39.com and texts me back, oh my gosh, I want to try it, and texts me her address, then I know she's worthy of the gift, right? And that's when one of these envelopes, and I call this the envelope with a script. And what is on here? You know what? It tells you the technology, how the patch works. So you might go, oh my gosh, well, I can't do this. Well, can you give your testimonial and share a link? And if you can do that, can you send an envelope to your friend with 7 patches? And when they get the envelope, can you call them and say, did you get the envelope? Did you open it up? Did you put your patch on? Put it right below the back of your neck. I can do that. But Marci, what if I can't explain the technology? Can you have your friend take the envelope and look at it, and you guys read the envelope together and say, that's how it works? That's all I did. Honestly, you guys, 14 months ago, I didn't know how the technology works. I heard Onyx Cole explain it to all my friends on the phone. And after she explained it, what did I do? I wrote it down on an envelope. That's it. That's all you do. And so when you read the envelope, it tells you how the technology works. If any of you have been on our Zoom call, our X39 review with testimonials, and you hear any of us talk about the technology, do you know what we are doing? We're just reading the envelope. Really, it's that easy. So that is how you give a gift. Now, if Susan doesn't want to text me her address, do you think I mail her the envelope? No, we did that at the beginning. We just sent out gifts. But you know what? We wasted a lot of patches because we didn't pre-qualify. That's why it's so important to send a link first and they tell you, yes, they want that. That's why it's startx39.com as our exposing site, or the link we send to pre-qualify, is so important. Now, you might say, well, if you're patching belly to belly, how do I pre-qualify that? Well, I usually say, and I got this from Onyx, what's going on with you? And when they say that their lower back hurts, I'm taking a patch out of my envelope in the moment and now. I'm undoing it and I'm putting it on their lower back. And I'm saying, wear it 12 hours on to activate, throw it away, 12 hours off to repair, and let's give you some. And then I say, if you would like more, give me your cell number so that I can send you a link so you can educate. If they're not willing to give me their cell number, they get no more than one patch. If they give me their cell number, they get whatever I decide I can afford. And that's anywhere between 2 and 7. Most people notice something. 50% of the folks notice something in the 5 days, and 50% need more, like a month. And that is why we do have a 90-day money-back guarantee. And I will tell you this, when you give a gift and you send the site, you have to follow up. And it's important that we're finding that the follow-up has some important things on it. And there's one thing on this follow-up that is not on here that I have learned and I'm adding to the training. So here's the secret now. You must do the education on the follow-up. What's the education? Read the envelope. Is that going to be on this soon? Yes, it is. Because what we have found, if you just follow up with, which is awesome, did you get your patches in the mail? And 2 out of 3 times they'll be like, oh, I got them and threw them on the counter. Go get the envelope now. Okay. Open it up. Okay, take one out, put it on. You know what? That's not pressure. We're just being of service. We're just telling people to put their patch on, right? Make sure you drink plenty of water. And this is so important. What's going on with you? And I always take notes. I'm writing down when I'm asking what's going on with you, that your lower back hurts, your discs are out, that you have low energy. I know it all. And as soon as I know what's going on, I go into the education. This is how the X39 works. You wear it 12 hours on to activate, 12 hours off to repair. You put another one on. You put it on your skin. The heat of your skin activates a light wave that reflects back into your skin to activate actually a copper peptide called GHK copper peptide. This activates your stem cells, makes more stem cells, and resets them to a younger, healthier state. And then I explained that when we're born, all of our cells turn into one thing in our body, our heart, our lungs, our liver. But stem cells have a unique ability, they're pluripotent stem cells, to turn into whatever cell your body needs to repair. And that's why when we're young, we're repairing. And as we age 30, 40, 50, 60, it just stops working. And of course, we're not repairing anymore. When you put that stem cell patch on, you start repairing every organ in your body like you're a young person again. When I give just that education, whether they feel it in 5 days or not, they're staying on it. It's very important, so important that it's on the envelope, so important that I'm rewriting the script a little bit on the envelope and on the training to make sure that education really explains that. Because as soon as people understand that, whether they feel it or not, they want to be repairing like a young person again, and they're on it. So it's really important. And I explain that technology right away, even before they've even had it. Maybe they've only had it on a day, 2 days. It's important that that technology gets explained. And I'm telling you, I'm giving you an example as we're learning too. We first used to do it just like this, where we'd send the patch, we'd follow up. Did you wear it? What's going on with you? And then people would say this. They say, I don't feel anything. And they quit wearing it. And now we always say, let's explain the technology, why stem cells are important to have on for a week, a month, 3 months. Once we started doing the education, Susan, people stay on it. They're buying silver packs. It just happened yesterday. So that education is a must, and that's in the follow-up. And then what we do is we invite to Zoom. And you know what Zoom is? Zoom is what we call third-party validation. It's where they can learn something about the technology that has nothing to do with you. You're just sending a link, a testimonial. You're saying, love the patch, wear it. And then you let the Zoom be the third party. You let on a Tuesday night, Dr. Harmon every Tuesday night at 6 o'clock Pacific explain the technology from a doctor perspective. Now you're the relationship, but the Zoom is the validation, and now they're buying it, okay? Or you could put on, like if Susan's talking to her friend Betty, she may put me on to do the training just because I'm a voice and I'm a validation to her relationship just because her friend doesn't know me. So a third party validation, whether it's a person or something like Zoom, is just what that is. And then something on the training that I also need to write in is that after this is done, right? Let's say they're on the patch for 5 days. Somewhere in the 1 to 5 days, we are basically at the follow-up, the Zoom, we need to take the order. And a lot of people are afraid to take the order. They do everything, even invite to the Zoom. And then the person just stops wearing it. And I always say, well, what happened? And they're like, well, I invited them to Zoom. Well, did you call back? And did you explain that we have retail pricing for $149, preferred customer pricing for $119, or you can become a wholesale distributor? And I like the silver pack for $299, and you get 3 sleeves, one for yourself, one for your family, and one to share. Oh, and by the way, let's put you on auto ship the next month because you need to stay activating. It's important because stem cells are going to keep you young for life. And literally what I have when I do that is I always have an order form, which you can pull from startx39biz.com under order form. And it looks something like that. And I always have it with me. And I always give them the retail price, the preferred price, or the wholesale distributor pricing. And I always say an auto ship the next month. And then I shut up. And guess what? They always pick one. And they always say yes to auto ship. So I guess what I'm saying is that this system works. The only thing I would add to it is make sure we're doing the education and make sure we're taking the order. So that is our 331 Ask, Share, Give. I did quickly want to show you our exposing site because it is so good. And this would be what you would show when you want to share a link. And what I usually do on this is I direct them. I say, go to startx39.com. Take a look at the first video. It's a minute on light, which this is. And then I go, take a look at the second video. It's 3 minutes on stem cell activation. It's short. Anyone can do it. If you like what you see, go down to the science. It's 18 minutes from our owner, inventor, and CEO, David Schmidt. And he does 18 minutes on how the technology works and all the benefits. It's a must. And lastly, don't miss the testimonials. They're amazing. So once again, go to startx39.com and take a look. When you direct people to what to look at on startx39.com and give your testimonial, you'll always get an address. And when you get an address, what do? You send your gift. And lastly, I just want to show you where all those beautiful testimonials are, because a lot of times people can't make it to Zoom, or they'll be like, oh, I can't make it on Wednesday. Well, then you send them Thursday nights. Oh, I can't make it to Thursday nights. No problem. I'll send you to Friday nights. And I just want to show you right here on startx39.com, when they say they can't make it to Wednesday, okay, let me send you Thursdays. And literally with a click of your finger, you edit, copy, and edit, paste Thursdays. There is no reason. We have invites every night of the week. Okay, so absolutely no reason to not share that. But then sometimes what happens is people go, boy, I just didn't make it. No problem. Let me send you the recording. And so to send the recording, all I do is I go to my Telegram account, right? And I'm going to show you what that looks like. And I'm going to show you right now. You go to Telegram and you go to the quantum field, and here's all of our different recordings. You go up here to search. And literally, I can just go search a recording. Watch this, search recording. I do this every day, and I say back pain, search. And look at, are there really 1 out of 59? That's how many recordings are on back pain. Look at all those recordings. Any of these recordings you could send. So here's one on back pain. Boom. I go edit, copy, and literally I'm this quickly sending to Susan Allan the testimonial on back pain. It is done that quickly. And where you go to sign up for Telegram, it's so easy. You just once again go to startx39.com, right? And you would go to our communication plugins right here. And when you go to communication plugins, there is the link right here to join our Telegram group. Of course, you do need to download the app first, and that's easy to do as well. And lastly, I know some of you are going to be like, but how do you do belly to belly and have it ready to go? Well, I have something called the gifting bag. And in the gifting bag, I carry this with me always. And this is how I do my belly to belly marketing. And there it is. I have a black bag with all my envelopes. Labels are done, little plastics. All of this is done. You can buy your gifting bag for $25, all ready to go with your own labels on it. In addition, you can show your team how to do the same. So this system, the 331 Ask, Share, Give, either mail out or belly to belly or both, is as easy as accessing it all through 3 sites. And once again, it's our exposing site, startx39.com, our business site, startx39biz, biz.com, and our testimonial site, Telegram. Susan, that is how I've been moving this business to a senior presidential director in 14 months. And back to you.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And, you know, when I first began in July, I used your entire script on the gifting bag. I would decide who I was going to speak to, and I would get it in front of me. I read it, 20 times before I said it to anybody, but I'm on the phone. Nobody knows I'm reading it. And I would skip to the parts that were appropriate for my audience, whoever I was speaking to. And thank you so much, Marci. Brilliant, brilliant.
You're welcome.
Okay. So now I'm going to give you just a little taste, because this is a lot of information to take in, in a short period of time. But many people, and particularly people who are older, find a lot of the apps on the phone and a lot of the things that Marci described as new for them, and they may or may not be willing to learn them. I've spoken to people and they've said, I really want to tell my friends, but I'm not learning all that. Great. So my standing offer, if you're in my downline, my standing offer is send a 3-way email to me and your friend, or send a 3-way text if you're comfortable doing that to me and your friend, and I will take it from there. And I just signed up a guy yesterday who is in the alternative health business. And I did it for a woman who, all she did was sent a 3-way email because the prospect doesn't text. We get that a lot too. So I was delighted to have the conversation with him. I was thrilled to sign him up. And he also bought a silver pack, and he also signed up for the auto ship, and it's just him. So there were a lot of patches he needs for various reasons. And so I always do that combination with the silver if it's an individual, because, you know, I'm the biggest fan of the X39 and the Eon simultaneously, and other things if needed. So here's the other system that I've been using, because I've been in business for all these years, and I have 3,500 friends on Facebook. I have 2 pages on Facebook, and I have another identity on Facebook. So altogether, that's about 6,000 people. Now, a lot of them I don't know, but that's not important because they know me and I'd love to know them. So for example, we do this show once a month, and we have this beautiful graphic image that's created, and I market it as I would market anything else. I market it using constant contact with my email list, which is a couple of thousand people. And these are all people who do know me. And I get responses and people connect after many years, and it's wonderful. I also post it on all of my Facebook locations. And again, I get responses and comments, and I'm active with that, usually morning and night. Usually one of the first things that I do in the morning, because I'm up so early thanks to the Lifewave patches. And I usually do it at the end of the night while I'm watching a movie, because I like to do things and multitask, and it's a perfect opportunity. And then I use Facebook Messenger. Now, the biggest mistake that people make in sales, and this is the number one thing I teach, is people throw it up on a wall and see where it's going to stick, and it doesn't. Because you need to be really present. You need to demonstrate that you care about me if I am going to be open to hearing what you want to sell me. It is an energy exchange. So I don't send out to 3,500 people on Messenger, even if Facebook would let me, which they won't. I take time and I focus on who am I sending it to now? And I don't go to the top people every time. I make sure I work myself down the list. Hi, Barbara. It's been years, and I have to tell you that this is the most amazing thing I've ever found. I hope you can join us. I'd love to know your questions. And I mean it. I'm not saying it. I mean it. Like Marci, we mean it. This is the most amazing thing we've ever found. And we want you to have the same joyous, healthy, happy life we have as a result of Lifewave patches. We want you to have the extra income. We want you to have the financial freedom that so many people want and don't have. This is a spectacular way to have an additional income stream, which is what I'm doing, or a full-time income, which is what Marci's doing. It doesn't matter. It works both ways. Now, if you're already on Facebook and you already love Facebook and you've been posting things for years, the Facebook friend funnel is the way to maximize it and get value and also offer value, because that's what this is about too. Direct marketing works for me because I've been telling people about things I love for 40 years. And direct marketing actually gives me money for that. It's that simple. If I tell you about my favorite restaurant or at my favorite movie, and if you're my friend, I will tell you. They're not going to give me money. They're not even going to say thank you. They don't even know about it. But with Lifewave, when I sign somebody up for you, you're going to get money. And now you and your friend are in my downline. And it's a benefit to everybody. So you benefit, I benefit, the company benefits, your friend benefits. It's wonderful. It's exactly my worldview. It's exactly Marci's worldview. So stay tuned to these shows, and please, please be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel where all of these are hosted. It's very, very simple. And by the way, why do I do it that way? Because we want to make sure that it's easy enough to go to the YouTube channel, hit share, send it to all your friends. And the last event that we did a month ago, Marci and Dr. John Harmon, we get the numbers. We've already seen that over 1,000 of you have viewed this event, which is thrilling. It's thrilling because his information is so incredible. It's thrilling because the Lifewave patches are so incredible. And it's thrilling because it allows each of us to make a bigger difference in the world. And for Marci and me, that's really what it's all about. So Marci, do you want to say a few more words before we say goodbye?
I'll just say thank you so much for the Facebook funnel training, because I really think that that's an area that we can market and expose and love on people. And, I also love, Susan, that there is, and you can just download this on your phone, but it is the Lifewave In Touch app. You literally can send the cutest little picture on your Facebook and say, check out stem cells. I just started using it. You can literally then, share it with your friends. People will start commenting. And then literally you can message your people and say, hey, this is what it's all about. Like, it's amazing how you can just love on people through posting on Facebook, through commenting on Facebook, and through using a messenger. And I will have to say, like you, Susan, I have like 3,000 people on Facebook. I started this business loving on people from my phone. But boy, when you realize that Facebook and Telegram and YouTube are yet a whole nother vehicle to do what? 331, ask, share, give. It's the same thing. You're just doing it on Messenger. It's like texting on Messenger versus your cell phone. It's the exact same process. And I love that you have allowed us to open up. Like, we give you permission to love on people in a lot of different ways. So thank you.
And because of the Facebook funnel, I now have people, and you too, because I'm in your downline, Marci, we have people in Great Britain. Someone found me on Facebook. She's been following me for years because I've been doing Facebook Live events and I've been posting things for a long, long time. She knew me even though I didn't know her. My most successful distributor in Lifewave, who is in Florida, knew me from Facebook and I didn't know her. And Sue, who's on this right now, who's one of our tech specialists working with Jeff Wheeler, Sue found me on the Facebook option. Amazing to me. So for people who don't realize that this is so wonderful and joyous and fun, because these are people who already know you. And yes, you absolutely go through your cell phone address book. Absolutely. And you go through every other address book, people that you care about, people that mean something to you. But the beauty of Facebook, and by the way, Facebook, LinkedIn, Pinterest, and Instagram, it's a system. It doesn't matter which one you're using. If you're doing Pinterest, then you've got to have Canva and you've got to make something pretty, or you've got to have my fabulous graphic artist, David Stanley, or someone like him, So you have to have certain things in place. But if you've been running a business for decades, as I have, and you don't have as much time to devote to Lifewave, but you want to make the big difference in people's lives, then this is how you do it, because you're already using social media. You're already an expert in social media, and it's easy enough to learn.
I have to say that I just think to myself on social media, who do I know? And I literally did a training on this, and it is on the Telegram that you can look at. And I just did it on Saturday, and it was so cute because I am a belly to belly network marketer. I have like 5,000 people in my phone, and I was myself being a little bit, I wasn't being wide in my thought, right? And I was just texting and loving on my phone. And then I had someone say, we need a social media training. So I started posting from the app on Facebook, and literally I started having like all these people commenting, that's so cool, Marci. What is that? I want to know. From there, I started saying, oh, on Messenger, what's going on with you? Take a look at startx39.com. Text me your cell number so we can talk. I too got reconnected from a woman in Japan. I didn't have her cell number in my phone, Susan, but she was in my Messenger because she's a Facebook friend. Hello, it opened me up to another 3,500 people.
And you know what, Marci? You know what? You can speak to anyone on Facebook Messenger. You can make a phone call from there. Did you know that?
I just learned it now, didn't I? Isn't that great? We learn
Now, of
something
course,
every day.
people, how do I know this? I know this because strange men that I don't know have called me. That's how I learned this. So just be aware of that. So everybody who's watching, just, take that to heart and be, careful as you
Hopefully
would
they're
in
cute.
social
No,
media.
just kidding.
So this is our first training that includes all of this, and I'm so thrilled. I am going to go tomorrow and I'm going to look at your social media training on Telegram. I'm thrilled, and we will be back. We do shows, Marci and I, always the second Thursday of every month at 1:00 Pacific, 4:00 on the East Coast, and various times around the world. And every one of our shows is posted about a week after we go live. It's posted at youtube.com/Susan Allan 2001, Susan Allan 2001. And we have about 10 of those shows already. So thank you, Marci, as always, for your fabulous, fabulous information, love, and support.
Thank you. I just absolutely adore you and the great content we're putting out to help so many people. It's just awesome. Thank you.
Bye-bye.